Welcome back everybody to Top Tier Studios. This is episode 18, and before we get into anything going on, I want to quickly mention that at the end of this episode there will be a full POV for this ride, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to go to that right now, there will be a link on screen, or like a timestamp. I'll put that on screen right now so you can quickly go to that. But in the last episode, we were working on this ride as well. We did more of the entrance or the beginning part of this ride, and in this episode, we're actually going to work on the exit or the ending of it. So this is going to be this last turning area, and then into the station, and then we're going to finish off the facades, and then we're going to work on the actual show building itself, and then getting everything kind of tightened up, and then we're going to be done with this ride. And that's what we're going to kind of finish this episode out with, and then we're going to be done with this ride, and we'll be moving into our next area next episode. So kind of working with the next type of stuff, we kind of are going to have a little bit of a different schedule. Well, you kind of noticed if you guys kind of follow this a little bit. I normally try and post Planet Coaster videos on a Tuesday. I do it every Tuesday, and then my normal like roller coaster like professionalism type video, like not gaming but an actual like real life video, those come out on Fridays. So that's kind of the schedule I go with. But that didn't really work out this week, you know, with like the Thanksgiving and the holiday and all that. I didn't really have as much time to play Planet Coaster as I wanted to. So it would have been like a 2-minute, 3-minute video. Oh, actually, probably more like a 4-minute, but still, that's not enough for a full episode, I feel like. And plus, I really wanted to get this ride done for this episode, so that we can actually move on to our next area next week, and hopefully get it done before the new year. So that's the plan. And based off of, I did do like the calculations, and I planned everything out for the channel, and I decided that for like the holidays, like if you celebrate Christmas or like the New Year's and all that stuff, I'm not going to be posting any videos of any sort, just because it's a time to be with like family and all that. So that's not really going to happen. Instead, it's going to be like a 2-week break, and then right after the new year, we're going to hit it hard again with more Planet Coaster. And I'll say probably Parkitect, I've been hinting at it for a little while. It will actually make a return probably in the new year at some point. Probably won't be able to fit it in before the new year. So that's to come as well, if you're excited for that. So that's kind of the plan I got going. That means that we're going to finish out 2020 on the 20th episode of Planet Coaster Top Tier Studios. So that's kind of really cool, and then we'll start 2021 with the 21st episode. Kind of fits, and that's really why I pushed to get this video out this week, is so that I could keep that track. Remember, this is episode 18, so we'll have an episode next week, and an episode a week after that. And then we will take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back. And so that's kind of the plan I got going. So, well, you might be wondering, what am I going to have for this new area, per se? If I'm going to try and get it done before the new year, that means 2 episodes. That's not a lot of time to get the whole area done. Originally, I planned on making this 2 episodes. I think this one is coming up on this is the 3rd or 4th episode. So it kind of takes a good while to get areas done, and we'll see. I plan on it, and I hope it doesn't take that long. It's not going to be a dark ride in that area. I don't want to spoil too much about it, like the theming or anything, but I will say we might have a coaster coming to the park. So that's all you're going to get for that area, and then that'll be coming next week. So what we're doing right now, getting a little bit back into the video, we are working on this ending section for the water ride, as I said. So that's going to constitute this turning section. So the original plan was I found this like show style building where the characters are singing and all that. That's going to be at the very end, and we're going to kind of keep editing it as we go. It took like a long while for me to find this like the theming that I actually wanted. Those, I don't even know what those are called. Like the stocks, I think is what it's called. But I was like looking for it, and I searched up like guillotine or something. That's where they actually chopped the head off, I believe. But that's not what I was looking for. But I actually found it, so thank God I found that. Now we're just kind of going to fill in this area, and we're going to finish it off. It's going to be a lot like the first section, where it's a lot of buildings and stuff. I just wanted this special scenery like the stocks, for example, and the show area or the stage. I wanted those to actually be really incorporated into this area. I felt like a singing or music type stuff would be a really good ending to a ride like this. If you think of like Splash Mountain at Disney, they end with the singing and stuff like that. So I figured that would be nice to know. So that with that being said, we're close to about halfway. So we got half of the video left, and I quickly ran out of stuff to talk about. So we'll keep talking about the video for a little while. Oh, another thing that we're doing in this section is another sewer type area. And something I didn't do was put in like the skeletons that I did for the first section. That kind of has to get done, but I will say the POV probably isn't the complete full ride. And the reason why I say that is like when doing all of this like all this walls and stuff, there were some gaps, so I had to go back and redo that. But not redo it, but I had to go back and actually fill in some gaps, and there are still some there that you'll see, especially like that first sewer section. You can kind of see the walls around it, so I might have to go back. And I also did make this ride, I did put in some lighting at the end of the episode, so you'll see that. And I did that because of those gaps. I didn't want it to be as noticeable, so that's why I did it. So now we're kind of moving past the theming. It's pretty much done. Well, I take that back. We still have a good amount of scenery to do. It'll just be kind of near the end of the episode. Right now, we're working on the structure of the building. So this last section is a lot of wood compared to the other sections. You saw a lot of stucco, well, a lot of everything pretty much, except for wood. I tried to limit wood, but for some reason I kind of just used wood the whole time, so that's what we're using for this last section. And I like how it turned out in the end. I think it gives a good aesthetic, and like the lighting, especially with it, I think it looks pretty good. And I have another surprise at the very, very end of the episode. You might catch it, you might not, but we're going to be putting in a statue. As I said, like this ride is going to be themed to Captain Lockjaw, even though I really didn't want it to be. It's just, it made the most sense, so that's what I did. And there will be a Captain Lockjaw statue in it. The first ride to actually feature, well, no, the Ghostbusters ride featured like characters from that. So yeah, we got Captain Lockjaw statue going in, and that'll be part of the ending scenery that we're doing. But right now we're still working on that structure, and now we're actually going to be getting into the full exterior shell. So like I did for the Race to Space ride or the sci-fi ride that we did, it's going to be a metal show building that we're doing. And that's all we're going to do. It's just going to surround pretty much the whole thing, and then we're going to put a metal roof on it, and we're going to slap a done sticker on it, but not really, because we have to still go back. And the one thing, if I could change anything about this area and the sci-fi area, is that, what do you call it, the drop tower, but it's not the drop tower, the hyper shot or something like that is what it's called in game. I don't like how you can kind of see over the show buildings with it. I mean, I think I might have wanted to drop that down into the ground a little bit. I think it might have made a little bit more sense in terms of like realism, and like so that the people don't actually see the like all this upstairs stuff. Although if you look on the what is it, the Tower of Terror ride that we did, I'm blanking on any ride that we did, I don't know what it's called, that one, it's pretty much the same thing. You overlook the Ghostbusters show building, which is pretty much a big box like this, and it kind of ruins the immersion, but at the same time I guess it's kind of cool to see. I don't really know, but that's kind of what we're seeing on that ride, so I kind of wish I could change that, but it's already set in stone, and I don't think I can go back and change it because we have all this stuff already in place. So now we're actually getting some traction. We're getting near the end of the episode here. We have a little section left, which is that lighting. As I said, I wanted this dark ride to be dark, so I put in a bunch of lanterns and stuff, make it look a lot cleaner, I guess, is what a good way to say it. So it won't be completely pitch black. It will be more of like a dawn time, so the lights still kick in, just not as much. So and also on the POV, I didn't really move the camera, so you can't see some of the triggers. Sorry. Yeah, but we're pretty much getting to the end of the episode. The last thing we have to do is this last section, lighting, and then we're gonna do some brief decals on the walls, basically the doors, windows, etc. Everything that we were doing in the beginning area, pretty much we're going to do now. And one more thing I did do, I put a door on the exit area, and like one of those operating doors where it swings open with the boat. Well, it doesn't really work because the amount of boats, like people just don't get on the boats quick enough, and then the door slams shut on them. So that's kind of unrealistic. I might have to change that, but you'll see it in the POV, so I'm warning you now. But if you made it this far, that's really awesome, and hope you guys enjoy the POV. And this is the last Easter egg, I guess. It's going to be Captain Lockjaw on this balcony. So that does it for this episode of Top Tier Studios. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for that POV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.